Hey Hogs, this is offensive film. This is 50s. I'm going to go left to right here. Um, okay, so no fan call on this side. Made a fan call here because the tight end's on the line of scrimmage, which is what it should be. Um, Now, here's something to notice. If you notice that this outside backer isn't on the line of scrimmage and he's kind of tucked behind the defensive end, be on alert thinking that this guy's probably going to loop in and he's going to loop out. Okay, they probably have some sort of game going on if he's back here that he's probably going to come inside here. If he's not on the line of scrimmage. So just be aware for some looping, um, you know, and just stay on your guy. And we'll work on exchanging blocks um, in the coming practices here. But just that's something to look for there. Okay. Um, Mosman, I like how you step inside. You go 1-2. Okay, he goes upfield, and so you drive him out. That's a pretty good job there. Okay. Just make sure you don't take too big of steps. Okay. That's pretty good there. Okay, Ife, he must have made a fan call. Um, because you go out there. I'm assuming he did. Otherwise, I'd like to see you step. If he didn't make a fan call, I'd like to see you step in. But I'm assuming you did because you fly out like that. And you would have been in a better position to take this on. Um, if it wasn't a fan call. Okay. Um, Charlie, good job staying square and taking the nose. Okay, sitting in front of him. I'd like to see your hands more inside, grabbing his breastplate. Okay, instead of hugging him, I'd like to see your hands inside more. Okay, but that's a good job holding in there. Oops. Okay. Tommy, you it looks like you fan out as well, but you see N flies outside, so you help inside. Then you see the backer come, and then you come off on the backer. That's excellent. Just when you take on that backer, make sure to sink your hips again. Okay, sink your hips and get ready for contact. Okay, that way, we don't get pushed back as much. But as you can notice, we're creating this cup for the quarterback, and that's what we want to try to do every time when we have 50s protection. Okay, so here we're running power to the left. So we did a much better job of just blocking our gap. They're bringing everyone. They have them all up here. We should be excited for this as long as we don't give up penetration. Okay, just block your gap. So we should be blocking gap, blocking gap, blocking gap. Okay, as I said, if they show this double A gap look, the tackle's got to come all the way down here. Okay, the guards go to try to just take the first guy that comes, but try to get to the nose, backside backer, really step down hard tackles. If you're wheeling and sealing, you can get shoe to shoe with the guard, really reduce your split so you can get in front of this guy, okay? And then if they have everyone up on the line of scrimmage, pulling guard, you probably want to get some depth. Okay. If they got guys lined up in the gap. Also, if you feel like you're giving up penetration into the backfield, you can reduce your splits to 6 inches as well. Okay. Like I said, I don't want to give up penetration. If there is a guy in the gap, there doesn't need to be a gap, if that makes sense. You can reduce your splits so there's no gap for him to run through. If we're having problems with gap run through, reduce your splits to 6 inches, so there is no run through. That's one way to adjust to it. Okay, so we'll press play here. Okay, this is a great job, Mosman coming down. Okay, he tries to cross your face. Just take the first guy that comes. Be a road grader here and taking the first thing that comes to you. Okay, our tight end needs to be doing the same thing. He needs to be hip to hip with you, staying right there on this guy. Okay, Ife, good job stepping down. Same thing, just step to your gap because he tries to float outside. Okay, just be a road grader and stay in your gap. Like in this double A gap look, we don't see it very often, but if we do, I want you trying to go to the nose, and I want our center going all the way back um, to his gap as well. Okay, so Charlie, try to go back here as well because he could run through. If this was just like a razor where he's coming right here, no one would block him. You got to go block your gap as well, Charlie. You got to go back. Okay. Thankfully, that doesn't happen. Okay. But we're all blocking down. Tommy trying to get depth to get into his gap. He's a little late there. but this because we're giving up penetration. Just know if they got a lot of guys up here in the middle, probably going to need to get some depth. Okay, Gabe, this is a great job here. Stepping down, he comes out to you. Okay, and you throw him out there. That's really good. That's a good wheel and seal on the backside. Okay, run power again. Okay, we're running it to the right. Got a guy in the gap. Okay, so we got a Ted block here. Okay, we got a down here. Most likely that guy's going to slant over into that gap, pull through, wheel and seal on the backside. Okay, Mosman, that's a great job stepping down. And see what happens when you step down and get hip to hip with the guard. Good things unintentionally happen. When you step down hard, you can actually block off this guy slanting away. Okay, you can actually help out with that. All right. So that's why we got to step down hard, replace the guard. He slants out. We can come back for this guy. Okay. We don't have to worry about that guy slanting out. Okay. Charlie, try to run your feet a little bit more. Ife watching you. Good job getting around the junk. But do you see how Ife, this is just a feeling thing. Do you see how everything closes down here? Okay. This is where we got to stay tight and assume that we're going to get wash. And you should be right off of Marlowe's butt looking inside. You should be right going vertical right now, coming off his butt right here. Okay. You should be right there, tight off his butt, already blocking this guy. We're just a little too wide. And because of that, because since you're wide, look what happens to the running back. Since you're wide, he has to go wide. We want him running straight downhill. I want you running straight downhill. That way he could make this cut way sooner. He'd be right on your butt right here. You'd go that guy out, and then he'd be running the ball right here. But he has to cut it way inside because we're just wide. All right, we got to stay tight on our pulls. Okay, I'm being real nitpicky here because I think we can get it done. Okay. Moline, good job not giving up penetration and washing him down the line of scrimmage. Okay, Trent, I think you may have made a down call, so that's why you're going here. Okay, but this is fine. Just stay on your tracks. Okay, the Y's got to pick up the tackle here. Okay, he doesn't stay on him for whatever reason. I don't know why. Okay, but you could do a good job picking up this guy. Okay, but we leave the 4 technique, and that's on our tight end here. Okay, but this guy's really not in your gap, Trent. This guy's really not in your gap, so we could still TED it here. Okay. But it's really on the Y. This is really on the Y, not staying on the 4. Okay, truck. Running truck to the left. So we're pulling. Gap on. You got this backer. This is really the guy that you're going for anyways. Is this play side backer. So we just need to reach him since he's on the line of scrimmage. If he was off, you could pull. Okay, as long as the tight end told you that he's blocking down. Okay, we're reaching, ripping and running, ripping and running. Okay. So Mosman watching you. Don't turn. I don't want you to turn. I want you to skip. Okay. I want you to stay square. Skip around it. You still get there. You block the safety. You U them out. You kick them out, which is great. That's what we need you to do. Okay. Ife, good job getting on the shoulder and blocking them. That's fantastic. Okay. Charlie, good job reaching and blocking them away. That's fantastic. Okay. Tommy, good job getting in front of the backside linebacker there. That's great. Trent, you too. Working up to the next level. Okay, we're going counter to the left here. Okay, so we should have a Ted. Should have a cage. Kick out. Pull up and through. Wheel and seal on the backside. Okay. Mosman, look at your first step. I've talked about this with you before. Your first step is huge and you step up, he slants inside. So this just ruins the play, kind of, because you can't get in front of him. You got to have 2 short, choppy steps. You got to go boom, boom. Get just like read steps on defense. You got to go boom, boom, get him down. Okay. And if you see him slant inside, we got to be more in front of him and washing him down. That first big step kills you. Okay. First big step is absolutely kills you there. Okay, and it kind of mucks up the rest of the play. Okay, Ife, good. Hip disappears. You see hip disappears, you just work up to your backer and you him out. Okay, that's why we stay square, go and you him out. Nah, you got to stay on him more though. Okay, you can't just punch him and watch him go by. You got to stay on this guy and go block him. Okay, Charlie, good job not giving up penetration, but now we got to keep that leverage. Don't let him fight back over the top. Once you have leverage on him, you need to settle your feet. Settle your feet and play basketball with him then. Okay? Once you get leverage on him, play basketball with him. We can't let him fold back over the top. Okay, good Trent. Good job stepping down hard. See, once again, good things happen when you step down hard and get hip to hip with the center. You can help out with the slanting nose guard, and then you have time to come back and block that guy. Keep your leverage. Okay, we run trap, running trap to the left. Okay, ripping inside just like we would on defense. Scrape the grass with your inside arm, or sorry, your outside arm. Scrape for grass up to the backer. You him out. Okay, we got a cage double here, working at that backer. Okay, kick out, wheel and seal. Okay, it could be lower. Mosman, he doesn't get hands on you. Okay, good teams are going to get hands on you and squeeze you. You got to be lower. Okay, working up to the backer. Ife, you look too. It seems like you're just too high. Okay, you should be lower on the hip. Okay, you're up here on the shoulder. I want you even lower. Okay, squat down. Be even lower on this. Okay, but we still get that double team done, which is fantastic. Okay, we get him over into the gap, which is great. Charlie, you got to have a wider base. You're running again. Okay, once you get here, you do a good job adjusting Charlie and getting over here to get in front of him and to throw him into your gap, but look at your base. Okay, we got to be here wide so he can't throw you off. Okay, looking at the kick out. Okay, Tommy, when we kick out, we turn and open pull and we run. Okay, we're not skip pulling. This isn't power. You got to turn and run. Okay, turn your body and run. Get around the garbage. As soon as you get around this, you got to get vertical back into your gap. You got to get your head on the upfield shoulder. You should be right here getting vertical into the gap. And it's because we don't, he falls into the play. Okay, and he makes the tackle. Okay, and that's on us. We got to turn and run. We got to get vertical in the gap and then scrape this guy out. Okay, that's not good enough there. Okay, Trent, good job stepping inside. That's a good job. Okay, we run dart. Okay, running dart to the right here. So play side on backside. Right here, we're blocking. He's blocking out. Okay. Guard, play side on backside, double to FBI. So we're caging to backside backer. Okay, we're blocking here, blocking back, pulling through. Okay, Mosman, watching you. I want to see you skip pull. Don't open pull. I want you to skip, stay square, and get up into the line of scrimmage. Okay. Good job staying tight though and looking inside and U them out. This is why we U them out. Linebackers run laterally. Okay. Watch. Okay. He's running laterally. So we're going to U him out and take his momentum with them. And our running back is right off the butt here. Watch. Whoop, right there. And that's where he needs to be. That's good. Okay. Ife, good job blocking out. Okay. I like that. Blocking on the inside, keeping him away. Okay. Tommy, we need to have a better double team here. You need to be down on the hip, gallop down more. Okay, we shouldn't be up here on the shoulder. You guys are doubling back to him just like we would on power or counter. Okay, you're doubling to the backside backer because Mosman is pulling for the play side. So you really need to be down and through the hip. Okay, you should be going there. Down and through the hip. Jack, watch Trent's steps on his base block. Boom, boom. Watch his 2 feet. Boom, boom. He leans inside hand. This is fantastic. It's exactly how it should look. Boom, boom. Get your feet down and boom and hit him. Okay. The defensive end looks like he got shot in the knee. He got sniped. Okay, because he crumbles pretty quick. But good things happen when you take 2 short, choppy steps. Okay, and you deliver a blow. Okay, this play is going to be great if we can get that. Okay, but it's just the 2 feet. This is everyone on a base block. Okay, Boom, boom, lean, go. Right there. Okay, that's good. Boom, boom. Okay, we're running kick right. So this is exactly what you're supposed to do, Ethan. We should be blocking out, blocking out. This should be a down call. Okay, down, down, because you guys are doubling. You should be doubling to the backside backer, but Ethan's got a guy in his gap and on him, so he makes a down call. So we should be blocking down, down. We should have a cage to backside backer. We should have a Ted to play side backer. Okay, we kick out that guy. Should be a fantastic play. So Gabe, you should be going back here. Boom. That's where you should be right there. Ethan, good job making the call. Okay. Ife, this is a fantastic uh, punch on the hip. Okay, you step down, you punch the hip disappears, you work up to the backer. That's good. Okay, Charlie, I see you step back. That's good. We just need to get those hands tight inside, get him inside here, throw him over into your gap. You see how you're standing? I need you lower, lower, wider base. Okay. If you have a lower, wider base, he's not going to be able to chuck you off. Okay. Good job hanging in there though and keeping him away from the play, throwing him into your gap. Okay, let's watch the Ted here. Okay, I want to see those same two short choppy steps that you had last time, Trent. Okay, your hands on the outside, that's not good. Your eyes need to be in your gap, looking in your gap here. Okay, you should be coming off and blocking right here. Okay, that's who you're going to. You should go 1-2. Your head's on this side, looking at the linebacker. Okay, if the linebacker decides to take that gap, you got to come off and block him. Okay, can't be focused on pancakes. You got to be focused on blocking your gap. You see, that's why the tight end turns and down blocks because he sees a linebacker takes this route here. Okay, you got to come off and block him. Okay, we run counter, counter left or counter right. Sorry. Okay, so 5 techniques. So we didn't talk about this. Okay, if there's no tight end, we kick out the first guy outside the tackle on power and counter. Okay, if there's no tight end on that side, we kick out the first guy outside the tackle. Okay. If there is a tight end, it's the first guy on or outside the tight end. If there's no tight end, it's the first guy outside the tackle. Okay. And we made this call correctly, so we're kicking him. So you're just FBI here. Okay. We're caging. Well, he's up on the line, so we got to down, down. We can't give up any penetration. We got to get our head across. Okay. The best that we can and flatten these guys out so our puller can get through free. Or sorry, he's kicking out. Okay. Otherwise, it mucks up the play here. So once again, if we are having issues with penetration, we can reduce our splits and have 6-inch splits here. Okay. That way we can get our head across. And since we don't get our head across, Ife, you come with a great punch, but since your head is not in front of him, since your head is not on the inside, the near number, that's why he gives up penetration. Okay. Or he gets penetration. It's because our head is not in front. We got to work to try to get our head in front on um, down blocks. Okay. Charlie, this is a tough thing here. Okay. You got to be a road grader in your gap. If you see that guy disappear away from your gap, just keep working because most likely if he's going out, somebody's coming in. We got a looper. So I'd love for you to pick up this looper right here. Okay. I'd love for you to pick up that guy, this guy that's looping in. Okay. It's a tough thing and we'll get better at it as we identify it. Okay. But just stay here. If you see him fly out, know that someone's probably coming around back in to your gap. Okay. Ethan, this is a good job. You could step down even harder here, Ethan, but you do a good job wheeling that guy out. But you could step down even harder. Okay, Gabe, you're turning, running. Yeah, I know you get mucked up in there. Everything gets mucked up because of the penetration. This is a good lesson. Can't give up penetration. If you're worried about giving up penetration, reduce your splits. Okay. Ife, this is where you jump, but can't jump. Okay, we're running jet to the right, which is toss. Everybody's reaching. Everyone's gap on. Reach, reach. Okay, right there, reach them, reaching. Okay, rip the cut off, rip the cut off. Okay, Ethan, you should be ripping the cutoff here. You're on the backside of Jet. You should be getting up to that backside backer. Okay. I don't know if you thought he was in your gap, so that's why you're going there, Gabe. I'm guessing that's probably what we're doing there. Okay. Charlie, yeah, I know he's in your gap. I see what you're doing. It's kind of like a gray area. We just kind of have to communicate up front and saying who's getting who. You can say, hey, I'm getting this guy. Ife can say, I'm getting this guy. So we know we just communicate better. But Charlie, I'm actually fine here if you just kind of give a hand and you give a hand. Um, that's fine. We just got to communicate up front of being like, hey, I got this guy. Ife, you get this guy. So we know who's blocking who. And then Gabe can also know that he can work up to the second level. Okay, Trent, watching you. I like you see you gain a little bit more ground with that foot and that second step to the crotch. Okay, I know he slants inside, so you turn, which is good. See, and when everyone slants inside here, it really opens up this play for us here. It's a good play. Okay, we run power to the right here. Okay, he stepped up, so should have a Ted, should have a down, pull up and through, wheel and seal on the backside. Oh, so Trent, you should be so Trent, if your backer's up on the line of scrimmage, you need to work back. You keep working on your train tracks and work back to the backside backer. I don't need you working out here. You should be just keep working back. If your linebacker stepped up here, just keep going on this angle. Okay, you're just switching responsibilities because these two guys double to that backer. They can't double to that backer because the backer you work to is up in the line of scrimmage. So you got to switch positions and you got to go to that backer. Okay, just keep working on your train tracks. Okay, he's blocking down. Okay, working on your train tracks. Okay, really, I don't know why though we're going down here right away. I think we should still be tedding here. I think we should be Ted double teaming, still working to the backside. Okay. Tommy, good. Charlie, keep trying to work to get in front of them. Yeah. Our tight end gave up a lot of penetration there. That's on our tight end. Um, try to work outside that if we can, but really our tight end I think our tight end was expecting to get more help from our tackle, really. Mo's been a good job wheeling and sealing on the backside. Okay. You should be taking your base steps here and blocking him. Okay. This isn't pass. You shouldn't be pass setting. You should be getting after this guy. Remember, boot, we're trying to imitate counter. Okay. You need to really get after this guy, Trent, so we don't give up so much penetration. Okay. Tommy, this is good stepping down hard. And then after you step down hard, I don't need you to come out here. Just stay right here. Okay. Just stay right where you're at. After you punch the hip, just stay there. Punch the hip. No, stay. I don't need you coming way out here. Just stay where you're at. Okay. Ife, good job getting out and around the garbage. Okay. I'm picking up that guy. That's great. Mosman, good job wheeling and sealing on the backside. Okay, run truck. Mosman, once again, I want you to skip pull, get around the garbage. Okay, good job just adjusting and finding your guy, but don't run by him. Settle your feet, guys. When you get out there, you got to settle your feet. We're not looking for a knockout block right now. Settle your feet like you would on a tackle and block him because he's just gonna olay you, just like that. Okay, don't don't just settle your feet. Doesn't need to be a knockout block. Okay, good job, Charlie, reaching. Okay, Moline, he's on your backside shoulder. I don't know if you thought he was on you, but really, I think, remember, if we're on the backside, we should be ripping to cut off. We don't need to worry about this guy. If you're on the backside of truck, you're only worried about your gap. Okay, so you should be gap to cut off. So we should be running that way. Okay, gap to cut off and picking up that backer. Should be picking up this backer right there. Okay, that's enough place.